everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Doug Sturtevant, president of the Battle Creek Historical Museum. If you read the article in the Sharper dated August 6, you saw that this mural was completed by Conrad Kaufman back in 2008. The mural was located on the Frederick R. Bridges Port of Entry building in Dickman Road in Fort Custer. In 2019, BCU enlarged and remodeled their building, and they had to remove the mural from the building. They donated the building to us here at the Regional History Museum. We were fortunate enough to get a grant from the Battle Creek Community Foundation to install the mural here on our building. In 2008, the theme of the building was Industrial Heritage. Conrad Kaufman will talk to you a bit about his mural production after Rob Gillespie. Also, in 2019, we also approached the artists and the local Potawatomi Cultural Committee group to add an additional panel featuring early Native Americans and their lives. We will have a talk from Nancy Smith and her organization, after which, when the mural is unveiled, Jamie Stuck will speak to us. At this time, Rob, let me wipe it down.
Well, thanks for being here. It's great to see such a nice turnout. It's kind of an interesting panel or mural to me, partly because my first introduction to it was when it was first put up. My wife was on the board of the Calhoun County Arts Council, and they're the ones that commissioned this originally. And it was put up, it was the largest of the various panels that they were making for around the Battle Creek area. And this is the largest one of them. And it went up out at the Port of Entry building out in Fort Custer. And here we are today. It's kind of come around full cycle almost. Originally, the theme was the industrial history of Battle Creek. And as we've put the mural on the building, we've tried to start to bring in more of the historical social aspects. So this is going to be a mural that evolves. I was just talking to Conrad a little bit about how this is probably going to be a lifetime work for him. You'll notice that we still have quite a bit of open space at the far right end. It starts reading here at the beginning, at the left, and marches through time toward the right. So there's a lot more history we're going to be able to add. And I'm kind of hoping maybe one of you ends up having their picture out there someplace. You can be history at tomorrow's history. So we really appreciate you being here. This is going to be something that we're going to keep adding to. We're going to keep reminding Battle Creek that they've had a fabulous past, and like any great city, they still have a fabulous future. So with that, let me turn it over to Conrad, and he can tell you a little bit about his inner thoughts here about the mural.
Thank you very much. This was done in 2008. It was actually the product of a competition that the Battle Creek Unlimited put out, and I applied to it. It was basically artistic director designer. I worked with about 8 other people from Battle Creek who helped paint this, and I was sort of the overseer in that regard. When they gave us this wall, the Bridges building, they asked for the product, the final product, to be removable. Hence, it's on plywood and now moved. We were given the concept of industrial history of Battle Creek, which goes pretty far back and has a lot of different facets. We did look at the time, adding a pre-European aspect to it. And because of the constraint of the theme they wanted us to keep to, we decided not to add that at that time. So I was glad to see that it went there now. I'd like to see a pre-human America shown there. I mean, that's an interesting one geographically, geologically. So this was designed to be past to future, and we don't know the future exactly, so we have options that we can do there. And that's the history of that.
I'd like to introduce Nancy Smith, Tribal Secretary of the local Tribal Council here in town.
If it's all right with you, I just feel like I need to have some openness here. Normally what we do in our community is at the beginning of anything that we do, we want to thank the Creator for the things that they bring to us, and we like to have an invocation and a prayer. So, with that being said, if you will join me in your way, I would like to ask for a blessing. Heavenly Father, Creator of all the world, I thank you for this time here. I thank you for the way that this all came together, and that the openness that we had from not only the creator of this beautiful mural, but the community here in Battle Creek, and their openness to listening to some of our input, and then just going ahead with the inspiration that we will all get to enjoy in a few moments. So I thank you for the kind hearts that are here, that are working very hard to preserve history so that we never forget where we came from and the things that we experienced, so that we can take that knowledge into the future and look back and realize that there are so many blessings, even in the midst of what we're in right now. There will be good things that come from that, and there will be new learnings that we'll have. So I want to thank you for bringing us all together here, this opportunity just to be with one another, to be with community. And thank you for blessing the artist Conrad and all that he did here. I thank you. Miigwech. Do you want me to call up the drummer? Yes. Okay. If we could invite one of our drummers from our community, Mr. Owen Zapata. Do you need me to hold anything? Are you okay? Or?
Yeah, he probably set it up there.
Okay. Do that.
Sure good. Aho, Buju, Wigamas, Dishnakars, Bode Wadmi and Dow, Athens, Michigan, and Doshmia, Magizio and Dodem, Nodwa Zibi, Niak, and Debidagwas. Hello, everybody. My name's Owen Zapata. I'm here to sing opening song, so I'll just get started. Thank you, everybody. I hope me glitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Stuck will now speak to us. Jamie is the tribal chairperson of the local tribal council here in Fulton, Michigan.
Ooh, that's hot. Well, bonjour. That's how we say hello in our Bodewatami language. I just want to thank everybody for attending today. This is a true blessing. Last night when I was preparing my speech, I was going off of our long history, and I don't have enough time today to speak of our history. And too often it's forgotten and not written in the history books in the correct way. But if I can just recommend for all of you, if you were to go to our Economic Development Corporation Board's website, there's a perfect portrayal of our history and where we come from and where we're at today. First contact with Europeans was just in the 760s. We are people of the Three Fires Confederacy. We're the keepers of the fire, along with the keepers of the trade, as well as the keepers of the faith. We share the Three Fires Confederacy with the Ojibwe as well as with the Odawa. Just the short of things, we resided along the Detroit River and the Huron River. That's where we get the Huron in our tribal name. Then we were relocated to the Nautosippi Reserve, modern day Sturgis area, Mendon area, at the old Function Junction. The Treaty of 1821, Chicago 1821 Treaty, as well as the Indian Removal Act, kind of sealed our fate as far as where we were going, not by choice, of course. We were the last Potawatomi band to be removed. Some of you know the Chippewa Trail is a trail of tears. Ours was so bad that they called it the Trail of Death. Once we got to the Missouri River, it was pretty bad for our Native women, our children, and our males. We had $40 bounties on our heads when they gathered us at M66, coincidentally right across the street from one of our economic development buildings. Kind of ironic. They gathered us in Marshall and marched us out west towards Kansas, Marietta, Kansas. Along the way in modern-day Chicago at Skunks Grove, our ancestors, Chief McGuago, Chief Pamptapee, decided they didn't want to go out west and they were going to come back home. So we were removed in 1840, and we were able to come back home, utilize some of our annuity monies, and with local white settlers, the Holcomb family and other people within Athens were able to purchase the 120 acres out at Pine Creek. We established that reservation in 1845. Like I said, I could go on forever about our history, but I highly recommend you visit wasieabukdevelopment.com for our history as far as pre-contact to where we're at today. Again, it's an honor to be here. I just want to take some time on behalf of the great nation of the NHBP and my fellow council people, Vice Chairperson Dory Rios, Tribal Secretary Nancy Smith, Treasurer Jeff Chivas, and Sergeant-at-Arms Homer Mandoka, I just want to thank you and express what an honor it is to be here to participate in today's unveiling of the BC Historical Mural. On behalf of my ancestors, elders, veterans, and tribal members, I would like to say congratulations to the citizens of Battle Creek as our communities celebrate this partnership and collaboration of our past, our present, and as we continue to build our bond for the next 7 generations and beyond. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those that were able to make today's event possible. Battle Creek Unlimited for donating the mural, Battle Creek Regional History Museum, Doug Sturdivant, Conrad Kaufman, and I want to again recognize Secretary Nancy Smith for working with our NHBP Tribal Elders and Elders Committee as well as our Culture Committee to help make this consultation possible with Mr. Kaufman. Not too often are we consulted in many things when it comes to federal government, state government. We're building relationships. We have a strong relationship in the local community. And for that gesture of being reached out to and included in this truly does our heart happy, and we really very much appreciate it. We always try to strive to create a positive relationship in a respectful and cooperative manner through community outreach with the local area. We have made it a priority to share our culture, heritage, and values as Anishinaabeg people. Anishinaabeg people, I'll stress again, being the first people that was here. Again, for the Battle Creek Regional History Museum and Mr. Kaufman to reciprocate this and reach out to the NHBP community and include us in the way that our people are represented in this mural shows that we are, as communities, we can practice and implement what we as Anishinaabe call the 7 grandfather teachings, which includes wisdom, wakwun, love, debendawin, respect, widtamoan, bravery, wedasewin, honesty, gwekwadwiswin, humility, edebesindawin, and truth, debwewin, excuse me. The NHBP expresses its gratitude for the recognition that our ancestors and people have contributed to the city of Battle Creek. The Creator, our grandfathers, our grandmothers are smiling down on us today as we celebrate this unveiling of this masterpiece and as we share in all of our contributions that has made this city great, a city that I will always be proud to call home. So it's with a good heart, I want to say Chi Miigwech for allowing the great nation of the NHBP to be a part of this commemoration. Ahau.
And that's how you do it.
Thank you. That concludes our program. Feel free to walk up closer and take pictures and mingle and get to meet your neighbors. Thank you.
I'm not really sure what to say because I usually don't do this part of the ceremonies, but again, we go back to the community and working well with one another, and you know, it's that thing that we always learned in kindergarten is not to run with scissors and to play well with others. So in that good spirit, we would like to present a gift to Mr. Strudevant and Mr. Conrad. I know that he's busy talking, but anyways, this is for you, and someday we'll shake your hand, okay? Yeah. All right, so. Yes, you may. And that was made by one of our tribal elders with wood from the reservation.
Oh, very nice. Isn't that nice?
And yours is the birthmark. So.
Great.